Now check this out.
This is the Chrissy Swan Show.
Good afternoon, friends. It's the Chrissy Swan Show. How are you, Jack?
I'm going well. How are you?
Good. I'm well rested. I cleaned out my deep freeze on the weekend.
That's living.
Deeply satisfying. I even got like a spatula and I was like shaving off all the ice.
That's a satisfying feeling.
It was
I've done
really
that.
fun. It was the most fun I've had for a while, which says more about me than I care to admit. How about you? I'm glad that you're still alive.
I'm alive after the Bucks I went to. I had a 12-hour sleep last night, so I'm feeling fresh.
Unbelievable. I'll tell you who else is feeling fresh. Pete Helliar, no longer on the project.
No.
And living life. We're going to find out what his new life looks like. He's coming up on the show. But next, it's Say G'day, right? And here is your task, 13 24 10. Just give me a call and say g'day, but tell me the most delicious thing you ate this weekend. I'm guessing yours, Jack, was your hangover fish and chips.
No, it was actually caviar I had on Friday night.
Oh, my God. How good is caviar,
Caviar's
though?
the best.
Mine was a homemade banoffee pie that I made with every single layer infused with love and time.
The Chrissy Swan Show. Say g'day.
What a great way to kick off Monday, the new week. People are almost on their way to go and pick up the kids. But I want to know, Janie, what was the most delicious thing you ate on the weekend?
Well, Chrissy, first of all, I want to say I just love listening to you when I'm driving along, but I had to ring because I am still in a food coma from my weekend. I went to the Royal Mail in Dunkeld, and the restaurant there had a 8-course degustation menu, and I am still... Last night I went to bed and I went, oh my God, I can't believe I ate that food. But they had things like, one of the favourite was an entree, which was a basil-infused tomato with cheese and a frozen tomato sorbet.
Oh,
Man,
my God,
and I
Jane.
could go on, and Wiccan's restaurant it is, and they are brilliant. They have an organic garden where they use all the produce to create their food. So
I could talk to you about what you ate all day long, Jane. I reckon you could. I'm giving you a Priceline Pharmacy voucher, and it's probably too late, but they do sell Buscapan.
Oh, well, it can't compare to what I had in the weekend, but thank you, how have I?
You're the best, Janie. Have you heard of the Royal Mail in Dunkeld?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's sort of in the middle of nowhere, but
Right.
it is magical. Follow them on Instagram. It's like to get there would be a dream.
That dish sounded amazing.
Oh, unbelievable. Aaron from the Central Coast. Aaron, what was the most delicious thing you ate all weekend?
So I got a pre-marinated pork roast from Aldi, lemon and herb, slow cooked, and it was delicious.
Was there crackling, Aaron?
There was, no, it wasn't that type of thing. There wasn't much crackle, but it was just infused with the lemon and herb, and it was delicious.
And what did you eat it with, Aaron?
I had to cook some chips for the kids, prerequisite for the kids.
Correct.
And just a coleslaw.
Aaron, I have noticed, and I don't know whether I'm the only one, there seems to be a shortage of potato gems.
I haven't noticed that.
There are.
Lots of chips.
Are there?
There are, yeah.
I've gone 3 times to the freezer and they're not there. I want to launch an inquiry.
No, I found that as well, and there's little letters on the shelf explaining that there is a shortage at my local.
I feel really sad about this. I can't take it.
Are you okay?
Aaron, I'm sending you a Priceline Pharmacy voucher, and why wouldn't you love it? All right, Yolanda.
Yes.
What was the most delicious thing you ate, girl?
My Italian mother's homemade pizza.
Okay, talk me through it. Why is it so good?
Because when you've had a big night on, there is nothing better than that doughy, cheesy, homemade pasta sauce, everything I made it.
God, so delicious. That's actually what I'm doing tonight. Yeah, homemade pizzas. They won't be as good as your mum's.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
No one, especially women of a certain age, should ever feel invisible, disconnected or unimportant. Priceline Pharmacy celebrates you and all your uniqueness at every age, because at Priceline, it's always a festival of you.
Head in store or online at priceline.com.au.
The Chrissy Swan Show. Chrissy's Clickbait.
Oh, I love Ben Affleck, I do. might be waning a little bit.
Oh, no, what's he done?
Well, he's done that thing that you and I have talked off air in the office about this recently. People that say that, money doesn't buy happiness or money's not that important. And whenever I hear it, I feel it's very disingenuous. And do you remember last week, we didn't bring it on air, but we had a good chat about it. There was a scientific study done.
That money can buy you happiness.
Money can buy you happiness.
Of course it can.
I just find someone with as much money and clout and power and luxury and prestige and respect as Ben Affleck saying this on CBS Sunday Morning is a little rough.
Frankly, one of the lessons of growing older is it's not all about money. It's not the most important thing. You spend your life chasing money, you might end up with a lot of money, but you probably miss out on a lot of things. I haven't found that money changed any happiness that I had. In fact, happiness was being able to be here every day in Los Angeles where my children are and see them every day. Have them come visit the set, work with my best friend my whole life. There's nothing more that I want.
All of those things can't happen without money. You're not living in Los Angeles. You're not having a nice life with your kids.
No. And
you're not working with your best friend.
These people don't realise, because they come from such a place of privilege now, which is fine, they don't realise what they're actually saying and who the audience is.
Yes. I think there's a safety in saying that money's not important when you don't have to worry about money.
Agreed.
Yeah.
They need to just not comment on the money stuff.
I agree, because nobody can relate.
Nobody. Go back to smoking ciggies on the gutter, because we can relate to that.
Speaking of smoking ciggies, Australian Idol bosses are keen to reboot the Young Divas with contestants from the new season. Now, I don't care about the new season, but I'm all about the Young Divas.
They were the best.
Oh my God. Mid 2000s?
Yeah, this song, Turn Me Loose, is from 2007.
Right, so it was Paulini, Emily, the great Ricky Lee, and Kate DeRouge, who I found out this week has just had a baby.
Has she?
She's turned her life around. It was a bit rough for Kate DeRouge for a while.
I was about to say that.
Speaking of Kate DeRouge, there was the Young Divas. That they were a band that had all cover hits like that of disco classics. So you can't go wrong.
No.
Everybody loves Funky Town and Turn Me Loose and whatever.
Certified bangers.
Absolutely. And they had great voices, of course. But I remember I was working in a ad agency for a year after I'd moved back from Queensland, back to Melbourne. And I heard the car park was shared with the record company that the Young Divas were signed with. And I remember I was in my car, and I remember hearing Kate DeRouge going off about another band member.
Yes.
Wanting to leave, and who does she think she is? She's pacing and chain smoking. And I just thought, this is classic Australian history being unfolded right in front of my very eyes.
Was it not much after that they split up?
Yeah. It was like a week later it was announced, and I was like, oh my God, I saw this happen.
I heard this.
I was there. I will never forget where I was. It's like, people remember where they were when JFK was shot, when Princess Di died. I remember where I was when I realised the Young Divas were no more.
Iconic.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Well. Wasn't my Instagram feed absolutely overtaken by my queen, Taylor Swift, on the weekend?
Are you flat you weren't there for her first show?
No, I'm not flat, because to see her performing brings me so much joy. She kicked off her Eras tour, which has yet to be announced that she's coming to Australia, but I've got a really good feeling about this, Swifties. I feel like together we can get her out here. I feel like it's going to happen.
I feel like you need to lead that pack.
I'm happy to. I'm happy to. Yeah.
Of the Swifties.
Like when you say a pack, I will run through the streets on all fours, howling if that's what gets in you.
That's such a visual. I love it.
But she kicked off her Eras tour in Arizona, or as she calls it, Arizona. Get it?
Oh, you haven't.
She's so amazing. No.
I've got to be nice. I'm going to be nice.
Yeah, this is a We Love Taylor zone. Just this 3 minutes. That's all
done.
you need. 44 songs she sang at over 3 hours. Every single one of her 10 albums was represented. Some more than others, obviously.
And they'd have to be edited down versions of the songs, right? Because otherwise she'd be there for 7 hours.
Well, I don't know. How long is 3.5? No, that's about right.
Wow.
Yeah, that's about right. 3.5 hours. I'm excited because the vast majority, 20 of the 44 songs, come from the last 3 albums, Folklore, Evermore and Midnights. And, you know, as I've said to you, I only have 3 moods, Folklore, Evermore or Midnights. So imagine being there to hear for the first time live, because, you know, the pandemic was when these albums were released. She's never sung Anti-Hero live, and she does it. She does it in her show.
And everyone going, if she does come to Australia, should know the lyrics to this song because we have played it a lot.
We sure have. Did we play this one, Last Great American Dynasty?
There goes the most shameless woman this town has ever seen.
I'm not sure. This is a tune, though.
She had a marvelous time, ruining everything. You know, I know all my best friend's favourite songs from each album. This is my best friend Beck's favourite. That's her pick. Cardigan, Imagine, live. Oh, I will be weeping. I have to go by myself. There is no one there is no one I know well enough that can deal with me at a Taylor Swift concert. No one. You're not ready? No one.
No. There was one really exciting TikTok I saw as well of her falling into the stage.
Yes.
That looks sick.
And then she swims.
Oh, really?
Yes, it turns into water.
Is she going to be able to make it through all of these shows if she's doing 44 songs, all of this work and choreography on the stage? Well, you're about to kill me.
Of course she is. She is my queen. She is your queen. And I do think she is going to come to Australia. That's all I can say.
Well, you'll be leading the pack, howling down the street, apparently.
I will, on all fours, apparently.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show. What's my name? Who is it? Chrissy Swan's Who Am I?
Yeah, and if you're thinking, oh, maybe I will book a flight to Melbourne, you absolutely must. This is an international level event.
It's the best. And if you need a restaurant recommendation, hit us up.
Absolutely.
Because I'll send you a list.
Well, don't hit me up. I'm a drive-through girl, but Jack knows his way around. We have Jody on the line. Hi, Jodes.
Hello, how are you?
I'm so good. You've registered on the Nova Player. Thank you so much for doing that. Do you know how this works?
I do indeed.
All right, well, I'm going to tell you anyway because they're the T's and C's. I've got 5 clues here, Jody, about a particular celebrity, and I've also got $500 cash to give away. Every incorrect guess you make, I snatch away $100, all right?
I like to think Jack snatches it.
I don't mind a snatch.
That is because it's true. I've heard the exact opposite about you. Clue number 1, Jody.
We should say as well, this is a comedian celebrity. That's a big clue to start off with because it's for the International Comedy Festival. We can say that.
Jody.
Okay, all right.
He's just given you a very good clue. Are you okay, Jack?
Nah.
He's still drunk from the bucks. All right, clue number 1, Jody. Let's straighten up. I've been nominated for a gold Logie.
Hard quiz. Tom Gleeson?
No, it's $100. Snatched by Jack. Clue number 2 for $400. I know how to stay married.
Denny Scott?
That's a good one. She has been with her. I don't think they've ever gotten married, but she's been with him for 200 years. Still not the right answer. $300 in the kitty. I am a mad Collingwood supporter.
Oh, Pete. Yes. Helliar.
Yes! Yes, Jody, that's $300 cash for you. And Peter Helliar is coming up on the show.
Oh, awesome.
You're the best, Jody.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
I noticed, you know how I was talking a couple of weeks ago about how some scam keto gummy businesses are stealing my photographs and making it look like I'm endorsing this weight loss product, which, for the record, I am not.
But a lot of people believe them and think you are.
I spend so much time responding personally to people saying, hey, send me the link to your amazing... No, it's a scam. Do not buy it, right? But I know when these scammers have put a fresh ad up.
Oh, okay.
Because I get a renewed influx of people asking how to buy them and how they work and stuff.
Right.
For the record, again, do not buy them. They do not work. Should be illegal. It isn't. I can't do anything about it.
Yep.
If it's good enough for Oprah Winfrey and Dolly Parton, it's good enough for me. But there's this new one going around, and I got sent it from someone on the weekend. The stuff that they say.
And it's a Facebook ad?
I think it's Facebook. See, I don't have...
Oh, it looks like a Facebook status from you. I can see what you're holding
Yes,
up.
it does.
It looks like it's a status you've written.
Right, but I don't have Facebook.
No.
Anytime you see Chrissy Swan on Facebook, know that it is absolutely not me because I don't go to Facebook at all. And frankly, neither should you. All right. Chrissy Swan. So this is like a testimonial from me to make you buy these ridiculous jelly beans.
Wow.
I was embarrassed to take off my clothes in front of my boyfriend. Sex became a real torture. The story of my weight loss. I mean, there is so much.
I was going to say, where do we start?
Where do we start? The only thing that is right about that is that it actually spelt my name right.
Oh, that's a win.
Yeah, that's a win. But my God, if you knew how long it's been, you would know it was not true.
The Chrissy Swan Show. Chrissy's clickbait.
Oh, I love an international celebrity appointment.
Oh, who?
Imagine my excitement when I saw the headline, Jason Derulo joins The Voice.
Sorry, who?
Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo. Jason Derulo.
Hey, yo, Jace.
I like that last one. Hey, yo, Jace.
Hey, yo, Jace. I think everyone's got those red buttons, but when he presses his, it just does that.
It should just go.
Jason Derulo.
Yes, swinging around. Keith Urban is not coming back. He has to pack on the PDA with his bonkers wife on red carpets a little bit more than he originally needed to. So there's a spare red chair, and Jason Derulo is going to take the spot.
Rita Ora's still there, which is good news because I love it when she's down under with Taika Waititi.
Yeah, I know. I love it
hanging
too.
out.
Jessica Mauboy and Guy Sebastian and Sonia Kruger, the Krug, are also set to return.
That's a good lineup.
I read a headline and I immediately related. Sydney woman attacked by kangaroo. I have been attacked by a kangaroo.
So have I. When were you attacked by a kangaroo?
Well, I was in the Northern Territory and there was a kangaroo around and I had a little box of Just Right cereal.
Right.
And I thought, look, I'm sure it's probably not the right thing to do, but I thought I'm going to give the kangaroo this Just Right, and he loved it. Oh my God.
Were you like feeding it to him out of your hands?
Yes, and he loved it, but then the box was empty and he didn't love that. He turned on me. He started to lower his head and he wouldn't look me in the eye. He went from like Skippy to a wrestler on acid.
Right.
Furious. And then that's when you open your eyes and you go, oh my God, this is a huge wild beast.
Proper.
And he was mad. What happened to you?
I was up in Hervey Bay in Queensland and
Sorry.
my grandparents took us to the enclosure. There was an animal enclosure there. And it's weird to me now looking back that they just let you into this little enclosure with them hopping around.
Yeah.
And I did the same thing. I went up to feed it, and it's a cute photo of me and my pop about to feed this kangaroo, and then it just launched me, and I remember running to the fence. All down my chest I had scratch marks. Because it
Really?
just came up onto my chest.
And you were such a tiny, frail child.
I was a 4-year-old cute little blondie.
It would have been terrifying. No wonder you've got PTSD from living in Hervey Bay.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
Thrilled to have Pete Helliar here.
Thrilled to be here, Chrissy Swan.
Australia's sweetheart is a word that's bandied around for female stars. But
It's true, isn't it?
it is, and never a man, but clearly it is you.
Oh, well, that's very kind, and apologies to all the other male sweethearts who may be listening and their hearts quietly breaking as Hugh Jackman realises maybe he's not Australia's sweetheart.
Oh my God, did I tell? I haven't told you, obviously, because we've just started talking. I read the back page of Vanity Fair, how it's got like a quick fire quiz, and Hugh Jackman was in it. And one of the questions that they ask everyone, it's Proust's quiz, and one of the questions is, what do you think is the most overrated virtue? And he said kindness. And I must have read it 6 times going, I Hugh, I obviously don't know you as well as I thought.
Well, I was watching some, Rick Stein.
Yes. The fish guy.
The fish guy,
cook.
and he's a chef, and he travels, and he was doing a special from Spain. My wife and I were watching yesterday because we're going to Spain soon, and he said, he was talking about the smoking in restaurants, how it's very much a thing over there. And he goes, you know what? I really like it. Everywhere around the world, it's all about rules. And, but I like that we smoke in restaurants in Spain. And we were like, no.
What, inside a restaurant?
Inside a restaurant. And we're like, no, Rick Stein. Like, I understand what you're saying about rules and we can be over-governed and all that, but there's passive smoking. It ruins the food. It's rude. No to smoking in restaurants.
You've cancelled him. You've cancelled Rick Stein.
Yep.
Speaking about food, we did a round of Say G'day earlier, and I asked people what was the most delicious thing that they ate all weekend. Mine was a homemade banoffee pie. Every layer made with love. What was yours?
I had some good stuff. Last night, Bridge, I was coming home from Adelaide Fringe Festival.
Yep.
And Bridge said, what do you want? Any requests for dinner? And for some reason, usually when she asked me that, I'm like, I don't know.
I love that question, though.
Yeah, but straight in my mind, and I don't know why, I said wonton soup.
Oh, God, I love a wonton soup.
And she made it, and I helped a little bit, I did some DJing as well. That's kind of my, wine pouring and DJing is what I tend to do when Bridge cooks.
Great.
And it was beautiful.
Tonight you are on Would I Lie to You? We'll talk more about that next. But you are touring this year.
Yes.
If you haven't seen Peter Helliar live, you must. There is a reason why he's been in the biz for 200 years.
203.
Your show is called Deconstructed Origami.
Yes.
Is that paper?
Yes, it is.
Right, okay.
It's a real slow burn of a title. Like people do, figure it out. Some people figure it out. Like some people go, "Isn't that just paper?" And some people just don't. So, yes, it is a little bit about unpacking stuff. Which I guess I've done a bit recently with leaving the project. But it's mainly about. I was pronounced dead last year on Twitter.
That's right.
Yes. So,
but it was just someone with your same name.
Yes, somebody in, I think, San Diego or in California had...
I just got back from San Diego. That person probably died of boredom. Oh, my gosh.
So many times you can go to the Top Gun bar.
Correct.
I go up to the streets of my beloved hometown of Melbourne and thinking, how we think everyone's on Twitter, but they're not.
Yeah.
But we think everyone's on Twitter. So I'm thinking everyone thinks I'm dead and nothing had changed. The city was just carrying on like nothing had happened. The flags were at full mast still. The MCG lights were glowing.
How very dare they.
There was no sobbing, no
Tell you
wailing.
What would have been interesting, if you were at a low ebb of your life, you could have come out of that theatre and completely disappeared forever.
Yeah. Well, that would have been that's dark.
That would have been... I think that tells you more about me.
Correct. Just jumped into the Yarra.
Than it does about you.
Kept on swimming.
Well, I will definitely be going to see that show. I'll be getting my tickets at comedy.com.au. Go there for those. You are on Would I Lie to You tonight.
So much fun.
It is so much fun, isn't it?
I had the best time. You hold that circus together so beautifully, and I got to hang out with Frank Woodley, which is always a joy.
It is an absolute joy. Nath Valvo's on the show tonight. The gorgeous Steph Tisdale. She's so funny, and Courtney Act as well.
Was so funny in this episode, and everyone. I thought everyone was just so entertaining and funny, and it's. I can't wait to watch it tonight.
But especially you, Pete. Don't miss Pete tonight on Would I Lie to You at 8:40 on Channel 10. Let's do a round of two truths and a lie and see if we can pick them.
A match fit.
Okay, go, Pete Helliar.
I was once flirted with by Beyonce.
Ooh.
I was offered. I had to choose between comedy or golf.
Ooh.
And I was once in a band called Peter and the Pinkettes.
Oh my God. What do you think, Jack?
I mean, I've got my answers in my head. I think I see you as a golfer. Peter Helliar, the pro golfer, looks good on you. So I believe that's true.
Yes.
Do you, Swanee?
Yes, and I can see you in the tartan pants enjoying a dart like that. Like that
John
guy.
John Daly.
John Daly. Okay, all right, we'll say that that's true.
I feel like the Beyonce one is the lie, and I feel like you were in a band.
That seems shady. Because
no shade.
Why wouldn't Beyonce?
It's a little offensive, Jack.
Why wouldn't Beyonce want him?
Because she's busy with Jay-Z.
Well, it was a long time ago.
Maybe this was before.
It was Destiny's Child, Beyonce.
Okay.
I feel like that's true.
Okay.
And I'm going to say Peter and the Pinkettes is the lie.
Interesting.
Go, Pete. What's the answer?
I mean, Jack was right. Why would Beyonce flirt with this? I mean, that's ridiculous. Maybe in a dream or something. No, Beyonce has never flirted with me. I'm open to be flirted with Beyonce, only by you.
Well, that's her loss.
It's her loss, yeah, exactly.
That's her loss. How did you know, Jack? Because I just believe it.
Don't make me go down this rabbit hole.
No, why? Why did you choose that, Jack?
I mean, it could have been when, like, maybe you had have interviewed her on the project days. I could have thought about that. But I just can't even imagine you hanging out with Beyonce and her crew. No shade to you.
Well, it could have been an interview, though.
Yeah, that's
Beyonce.
what I was thinking.
I have interviewed her.
But
many
my
years ago.
question is, would you even know if someone was flirting with you? That should have been the giveaway, because I don't reckon you have ever been the sort of person that could tell.
Are you flirting with me now?
Yeah.
See, I can tell.
See?
I can
still got it.
Did you detect that?
Yeah, I got it.
No,
I read the signs.
I reckon that's true for you, that you've never known.
Well, either I've never known or I've never been flirted with.
Who knows?
Quite possibly. And I was not offered. I could never play golf. I was not a good enough golfer. But my friend Sam Taunton, who's now on the project, he had to make that choice to go choose between comedy and golf. So I kind of stole that. So thanks, Sam. I would love to have had that choice. I think Sam made the wrong choice from a money perspective, choosing comedy over golf.
So you realise that the brief was 2 truths and a lie, and you've given us 2 lies and a truth. Look at you.
Pete, stop the game.
Look at you, Pete, ruining things.
I could let you know that I was never in a band. No. I was in a band.
3 lies with Pete Helliar.
Well, see, you got to take on the system. There's too many rules. It's like Rick Stein smoking in Spain. There's
That's
too many
exactly
rules.
right.
And you invite me on your show. You go, you need to do this. No, I'll tell as many lies as I want.
Well, let's see if you do that tonight on Would I Lie to You? Channel 10, 8:40. As usual, a pleasure, Pete. Please don't be a stranger.
Love you, Chrissy.
See you soon.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
France.
Oui.
Politicians,
Oh, good.
in France have put forward a bill to make sharenting illegal. Do you know what sharenting is?
I'm assuming it is parents sharing their kids on social media.
Correct. So it comes after it was revealed the average child has their picture shared online. Average child, not famous kids. 1,300 times before the age of 13.
That's nuts. That's a lot.
That seems a lot to me. That is alarming.
That is.
Why do you think that in France, who are quite progressive, what do you think has happened that have made them protect the identities of these kids? I think it's because they don't know what the long-term ramifications of being exposed on the internet are.
I think you're probably right. And I think there's probably also some darker stuff going on that we probably don't want to talk about that
I think you're right.
they're being alerted to.
I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's been an interesting parenting thing for me because it's a brand new concept. I had Leo in 2008.
Okay.
And, Twitter was launched in 2006. So it was brand new. My parents never had to deal with it. They had no rules.
I'm 26 and my mum and dad never had to deal with it either.
Yeah.
So it is really new.
So I sort of err on the side of caution.
Yes.
I don't share my kids' faces or images or anything online or in articles or in photo shoots ever. You can't find them. Yeah. And I did initially when they were very little babies because I just didn't even think about it. And then I started to get like, oh my God, I don't know where this is going. What am I doing, actually? I don't know. It could be great, but it could be bad. And I think I sort of looked at it and I went, because I parent from a point of view that the children aren't my property. They're not mine. I feel like they came through me, but they're not me and they're not my property. They have their own life. So I don't really feel like it's my right to document all their personal, private stuff
Yeah.
forever. That made me nervous too. Remember that came out? Oh, by the way, once it's on the internet, it never disappears. You're
Yeah,
like,
your digital footprint
oh
never
my
dies.
God, thank God my moustache was only, was only visible in the 90s when nobody saw it.
I think that's a really interesting way you put it, that they don't sort of belong to you. Obviously, you birthed them, but I like that sort of outlook, because if I never had anything shared as a kid,
Yeah.
but I look back at stuff when I was 18 and I'm embarrassed I posted it.
Yeah.
But I can manage that, and I was the one that did it. But if I were to look back at mum posting embarrassing things of me at, say, 10 or 11, I think I'd be kind of flat and I'd want it removed.
That's the thing.
So I'm grateful that I never had to worry about that. And the minute I started posting, it was on my terms. And my choice.
And you always go through the scenarios. And my kids, when I stopped sharing them years ago, 10, 11, 12 years ago, they have said, why don't you ever share us? Like, what's going on? And I'm like, I'm happy to fight with you about my decisions, but I would rather fight about not doing it than fight about doing it.
I agree.
And then I've disappointed you and made the wrong choice.
Yeah.
I'm happy to fight with you. Oh, don't worry. I'm happy to fight with you.
Now check this out. The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.